Meanwhile, concerns are growing over election safety. Intelligence officials are warning that extremists could target election-related infrastructure, personnel, or even voting sites. ABC News contributor and former acting undersecretary for intelligence at the Department of Homeland Security, John Cohen, and ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky both join me now for more on that. John, I want to start with you. What specific threats is the intelligence community looking out for?
Yeah, intelligence professionals and law enforcement are on the lookout for three areas of threat activity. They're concerned about threats or actual acts of violence directed at government officials, law enforcement personnel, election officials, poll workers, or even the family of any of those groups. They're also concerned about cyber attacks or physical acts of vandalism directed at the election infrastructure, whether it's voting machines or from a vandalism perspective, ballot drop boxes or polling sites. And finally, they're going to be concerned about and looking out for confrontational interactions between self-deployed election monitors who are informed by wild conspiracy theories and the voting public.
Now, Aaron, what kind of impact could this have on Election Day tomorrow and future elections?
We should say at the outset, Diane, most Americans are going to vote in the midterm elections without a hitch. But there is concern that some of the activity John describes is just going to be disruptive or potentially discourage people from actually coming out and exercising their right to vote. There's also concern that people are going to stay away because they think the elections aren't going to be on the up and up. They've been listening to some of their social media feeds or reading misinformation online. There is nothing wrong with voting machines. We know that the 2020 election was not fraudulent, and yet those theories persist in many cases by some of the very candidates who are running to take over in this year's midterm elections. The fear that law enforcement has is that all of this gets amplified on social media, sows this sense of discord in America, and has an effect on how Americans conduct themselves on Election Day and around elections.
Now, John, it's not new for elections to be emotional, tense, divisive. So what's different this time from previous elections?
Yeah, as Aaron said, the nation is polarized, angry. Growing number of people in our society just don't trust government, and that distrust is a direct result of conspiracy theories that have been spread by foreign threat actors, foreign intelligence services, and even people here in the domestic environment. There's a growing number of people in our society that believe violence is an acceptable way to express anger or their disagreement with government policies. And we've actually been experiencing sustained levels of violence by people inspired by conspiracy theories. This is sort of the toxic brew that we're confronting right now from a law enforcement perspective.
And Aaron, where are these threats coming from? Are they all domestic sources, or are they coming from outside the country too?
The latest intelligence bulletin that we obtained here at ABC News, Diane, said that domestic violent extremists pose a heightened threat to the midterm elections. But oftentimes they're listening to conspiracy theories or invective that's fomented by foreign adversaries. The United States has a number of adversaries that are looking to sow this sense of discord in America, so they'll amplify any potential pivot point in American politics to try to get Americans to turn on one another.
All right, John Cohen, Aaron Katersky, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.